Okay, we already created domain layer. Now we are going to create a repository layer, which is used to establish the connection in between the database and the application. Add new item. Now I will choose the class and I will put it new application app DB context. I'm going to use entity framework code. So for that, I will inherit this app DB context class, which is created by me with DB context. For use this DB context, I need to install entity framework code. Okay, so you can install package entity framework code. You can install it from here, or you can do one thing. You just go inside of the NuGet package. Yes, manage NuGet package for solution. And from here, you can install it. Okay. So these are the installed packages: Microsoft Entity Framework Code and it for the Swagger. Let's save it. Okay. And now I need for the entity framework query for the migration and to create migration and update our database, we need other tools, other packages as well. Entity framework code, SQL. It is for the SQL connection. If you want to use MySQL, then you can use this MySQL, entity framework code MySQL. So I'm going to use SQL Server and I will install it inside of the repository layer. Install. Now it's going to install. I accept it. Now this package is installed in the system. So if you will check inside of the installed packages, you can find out Microsoft Entity Framework Code SQL Server is installed. Okay, now we need to install tools, the migration. Code first, when you are using the code first approach, you need to use tools. Okay, this tool is not inside of the installed. We have to browse, and after that we have to install it. Now here it is. Click it and click on the install and click on the accept button and the OK button accordingly. Now it's completed. Now my package is installed. For to check the packages, you can go inside of the repository here. Okay, repository here and the packages. So we install 3 packages. One is the entity framework code, another is entity framework code SQL Server, and another is Microsoft Entity Framework Code .2. Okay, now I'm just going to write the class. Okay, so here, how can we give inside of this app DB context? We have to use DB context option to get the connections to. and we have to pass this connection string to base like this. And we are using the dependency injection, so we will provide the memory at the startup class. As you can see, here is the service dot appdb context, and here you have to pass the class name where you write the repository layer. So my repository layer class name is appdb context. So I have to pass this appdb context inside of the appdb context. This is the function, and this is the class name. Okay, so to use the SQL Server, we include the namespace using Microsoft Entity Framework tool. So we initialize the memory. Here is a SQL connection string, which is declared inside of the app setting. Now here's our connection string, which is declared in the app setting. So here you can give any, you can give the default connection. Whatever name you want, you can give here. Then copy and pass it here. So how can we get this connection string from the app settings? For that, we have to use I configuration inside of the startup constructor. Is a parameterized constructor, and give a make a local variable. So inside of this local variable, we just initialize and use configuration object, and then we just get the connection string with the name of this key. If you will give another key or like SQL connection or my connection, whatever, so you have to provide that particular key here to get that connection string. So to get this connection string, you have to provide this key value inside of the get connection string. Okay, here. Okay, now I'm done with the connection string, and now for create the table, this is, as I told you, that this is the code first approach. I establish the connections between my application to database. I get the connection strings. Now here I want to give a just hold on, public dbset user users get set. So this is a method to create the table. So which table you want to create? So this is what, this is a model, which is our domain. This is our model users, and this user you are going to create inside of the SQL. So this is a method you have to describe inside of the repository layer like this: public dbset. Dbset is a method to create a table, and now pass the model name, which model you are going to create or convert as a table. Okay, and now here is the name of the table. Whatever the name you will give here, it will create the exact name inside of the SQL Server. Like if I'll just name is table user, so it will create with this name. Table will be name of the table user. Okay, I'll save it. So I created repository here. Now I'll just check three solution. There's no issue. I didn't get any issue. Now I'll just rebuild to check is there any error or not. If there is an error, we will resolve first and after that we will move ahead. I don't think there is an error. Okay, go ahead. Now, now we are going to create migration, and after the migration, we will update our database. So how can you run the migration? As I told that this is the code first approach. Now we are going to create the table using our code. So for that, we just go inside of the NuGet package manager and then package manager console. Here you will find a command line. Now here to create migration, you just mention the migration, add migration and the name. This is my first migration for this project. I'll just give the name initial migration, and I'll give the date so that it will be easy to remember the date of migration. Okay, 2nd of July. It will give the error. Why? Because we are not using the repository layer. Let me run first and show it. Okay, it give me the error because it didn't find the DB context libraries and okay. So it's saying that your setup project web API doesn't reference of the Microsoft Entity Framework design. This package is required for the Entity Framework tools to work. This tools to work. Ensure your setup project is correct or install the package and try again later. Now let retry with the repository layer because of we create all connection inside of this. Okay. Now it's running. Again, it's going showing. Okay. Okay. So for create this package, we need to install design inside of the web API, which is our startup project, manage NuGet package. And I'm going to install cross entity framework or design. Okay. Okay. Now go inside of this. Now it's going to update. Okay, it's finished. Now, again, I'll just show you the domain whatever the web API startup. So it will give the error just because of we are not using the repository layer where we define everything. DB context library. Okay, your target web API doesn't match your migration assembly repository layer. Either change of the target of project. So here you write everything related the DB context using the entity framework. Now, so you can see that there is no folder here. Now it's created. Now it's created. You can see the migration. If you want, you can check it. Now, let me go inside of our database. So you can check. We don't have anything inside of This we have only three database: DB 2021 0701 Onion implementation web API demo. Okay, so I'm just going inside of my connection string and just give the name here. It's new DB, new database underscore. I'll give the name of detail 2nd of July and save it. I have to create. Okay, is there an update or not? Okay, I made some changes. So I'm going to create a new migration. Okay, here's some migration. Now I'll update. Okay, I'm just going to clear everything. Now, how can I update my database? So I was thinking for the connection string, we have to need the run migration, but there is no need to because of this is in the app setting. This is not in the repository layer. Okay, whatever the repository layer, what change in the repository layer or domain layer, it will be reflect. Otherwise, there is no changes. Okay, now. Okay, now how can we update our database? To update the database, we have a command is update database. Okay, whatever the migration to be updated till the time it will reflect in your database. Okay, now it's working. Okay, once it will be done, okay, it's done. Okay, I'm just going to refresh the database. Okay, now you can find it. This is new DB 2021-0702. Now, and the table is okay. Table is table user. This is the same name which I gave inside of the DB set. Okay, and it will also create the migration history whenever you create the migration. Now, you can see that a primary key, we already write the code for the primary key. If you will go inside of your domain here and user, you can see that this user ID has key. That means this is the primary key for the database. Okay. In upcoming video, I'll discuss lots of things in the data annotations. Okay. So we are done with the repository layer for now, and we created our database. Now